What's going on, YouTube? Steve V here with another video. Hope everybody's doing well out there. And as always, appreciate you guys coming into the Man Cave Arcade, hanging out with me for a little while. In today's video, we're going to talk about the two leaked products that showed up on some random websites where we finally have our first look at two Arcade1Up machines that will be coming out later on this year. One is a re-release in a deluxe form factor, and the other is something that we got teased to us, and now we finally see the finished product. We're going to talk about those two items right after this. So welcome back. As always, appreciate you guys clicking the video and taking time out of your day to watch. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you enjoy the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. If you're already subscribed to the channel, I really appreciate the support. It does not go unnoticed, so thank you very much. Now today we're going to talk about those two products. The first one being a Pacman Plus Deluxe Cabaret style cabinet. Bit of a mouthful there. And the second being a claw machine. Now, I'm going to start with the Pacman Plus Deluxe cabinet. Now, most people, when they saw this cabinet, of course they were disappointed because it was more Pac-Man. Now, if you guys follow my channel, you know I'm a huge fan of Pac-Man and a huge fan of anything Namco. I just love just pretty much anything that they come out with that involves Pac-Man or Galaga, Dig Dug, the Miss Pac-Man pub table that they just did. So seeing this cabinet, it's no different. I loved it. And this one actually holds a little bit of significance to me from my youth, because the first Pac-Man cabinet I ever seen in person was actually a cabaret cabinet. So this kind of has some of those feels to it. Of course, different marquee, it's a Pacman Plus, and they got a little bit of kind of some artwork going on the side there with Pac-Man, you know, eating the pallets and the ghost and everything, where the original cabaret cabinet that I saw was just strictly wood grain on the side. But obviously they're taking a lot of influence from those original cabaret cabinets. And another thing that they kind of threw on this one that's a little confusing, but I guess, you know, they feel it's more bang for your buck. They threw some underglow underneath, like, you know, it's some type of souped up car or something. So that's kind of an interesting take, but there's not too much to report with this cabinet other than the fact that it's a different form factor than your typical, you know, Pac-Man cabinet. You know, one thing that was kind of important to me was after them releasing that NBA Jam 2-player Slimcade, I wanted to see that the next deluxe cabinet was not going to be similar to that, because I didn't really like the fact that they kind of shrunk down the cabinet, and it was kind of cutting off some of the artwork on that NBA Jam cabinet. Now, this one seems to be a little bit bigger. It does still kind of have a bit of a shortness to it. I did see the dimensions, and it does seem to be the same dimensions as the NBA Jam, but it doesn't look that way. It looks like they actually made it a little bit bigger. So that's a positive thing to see. At least it shows that they kind of learned from the mistakes with the NBA Jam 2-player cabinet. Also, it doesn't have that footstand thing to kind of help it balance. So that's another thing that kind of shows a little promise as far as it actually having enough girth to kind of stand up on its own. And just aesthetically, it's better not having that, right? Because what cabinet do you know out in the wild that ever had something like that? None are coming to mind, you know, other than maybe like a stand-up driving cab, but that's because the pedals were there. So definitely a promising thing, seeing them go the direction of at least making these cabinets a little more wider and longer. But yeah, to me, this is a beautiful cabinet. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. Some people were saying that it was ugly, but again, I have a special place in my heart for the cabaret style. Personally, I'm hoping Arcade1Up makes a whole kind of series of cabaret cabinets. I think that would be really nice, you know? Why stop at Pacman Plus? Why not do a Centipede Cabaret, an Asteroids Cabaret, a Tempest Cabaret? I think those would look really cool. And I think, having some of these cabaret style cabinets all together would just be a really cool, retro feel in someone's space if they were to collect a series of these cabinets. So I like it. It's being sold for $499.99, at least on this site. When it was up, they took the ad down. But I feel like when it does show up on Best Buy, it's probably going to be around that price. And then it'll be interesting to see if we get it here in Canada, being sold at the Brick and Best Buy as well. So that's the Pacman Plus Deluxe cabinet. Again, myself, I like it. I'm pretty high on it, but I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. I know not everybody likes that, cabaret style. Some people think it's ugly. I get it's more Pac-Man, so some people are disappointed about that. But me, I like it. It's got, again, something that kind of connects to me personally from my youth. And also, I understand Pac-Man is Arcade1Up's cash cow, so there's going to be Pac-Mans every freaking year. So I don't know why people are still kind of disappointed by this. This is what they do. So I think we just need to learn to kind of accept it and not be surprised every time we see a new Pac-Man. This is just what it is. This is how they get their money, right? So let's talk about the main event now. That's probably why most of you guys clicked on this video. It's that claw machine. Now, I've heard rumors of Arcade1Up working on a claw machine for quite a while. To the point where at one point it sounded like it was going to be a digital claw machine and it was going to be some like fishing game. I remember going to, we kind of have something here in my town that's almost like a Dave & Buster's, but it's not. It's a different brand. But they have this this fishing game that my son was playing where you kind of have this rod, and again, it's like a claw machine. You're trying to grab things, but it's all digital. When I kind of heard the rumor that this is something that they were more leaning towards doing, right away I was like, okay, it's probably going to be a game like that. And that is strictly something that only kids would enjoy. I didn't see how any adult would really want something like this in their, collection. And again, my personal opinion, maybe there are some adults that would like that. But then we seen a live stream not too long ago from Arcade1Up. I think it was on Instagram. And we saw that there was a claw machine in the background, and it was a legit claw machine. It was a prototype of this claw machine that Arcade1Up had built. And when I seen that, that was definitely something where I was like, okay, that's cool. This is what I would expect if they were working on a claw machine. This is what I feel they would know would be something that people would want. So, to my surprise, when I was at work yesterday, I seen on one of the Facebook groups that someone had posted on some site, I think it was called Books A Million or something like that, that this claw machine showed up on that site. There was an ad up. It was the claw machine going up for $499.99. There wasn't a lot of info on it, but we at least had images of this claw machine. And I gotta say, it looked pretty cool. I actually showed my wife the claw machine, and she even thought it was a neat idea. Now, the price, though I get it because it is a bigger product, and at the end of the day, with it being kind of like a novelty item, I know sometimes some of these novelty items do go up there quite a bit in price. I kind of put this in the same realm as like those old school popcorn machines that people get for like their theaters, their home theaters, the gumball machines. Sometimes, even though at the end of the day, like the popcorn machine, all it really is something that pops popcorn. The gumball machine is just this round ball that holds gumballs, right? That you just put a quarter in and you get the gumballs out. But they do tend to be a little more expensive because of the novelty of the item. It's not something you're going to use every day, but it's something that will be in the corner of your room, and it's going to, get people talking. People are going to, kind of flock to it when they see it because it's a cool item. That's kind of where this claw machine kind of lives as far as space, in my mind. It's definitely a novelty item. It's not something you're going to use every day, but it is a cool product to have in your space if that's something that you like. So when I saw this, I thought it was really cool. Obviously, it's kind of hard to see what actually comes within this claw machine. To me, it kind of looks like little, circular balls that kind of has something in it. Maybe like a plushie or something. I don't really know for sure. But either way, they got some stuff in there. Of course, you can put your own stuff in there when you buy this. It's a claw machine. It literally is a claw machine. They went pretty simple with the artwork, but it's cool. It's a cool item. I do think this is going to sell well when they do officially put the ad up somewhere for people to buy, because I believe this ad is also taken down now. Um, I personally like it. I don't know if I would buy it because I did have one of those popcorn machines, and though it was cool for a little while to kind of display it, at some point when I started kind of filling my space with more stuff, it was one of the things that I had to kind of put away. So I feel like with the claw machine, because it's not something I would use on a regular basis, I do feel at some point it could be something that I would have to put away. So I don't know if it's something I would buy, because again, I don't know how much use I would get out of it. But I can't deny that this is a cool item, and I can see why people would want it, and I can see why people have brought this up over the years as something that they want to see Arcade1Up make. And it's something new. Finally, something new. So I'm positive on actually both of these things that I've seen the last couple of days. And I think the claw machine is probably the most exciting out of the two for sure, because again, it's something new and it's something that people have been asking for, and it's nice to see Arcade1Up do a claw machine in the proper way and not go the digital route. And then as far as the Pacman Plus Cabaret cabinet goes, I think it's a good looking cabinet in my opinion. So those are my opinions on the two items. I would love to hear your opinions. Definitely put it in the comments. Are you going to buy any of these? Is the claw machine something that you're interested in? As far as the Pac-Man Cabaret goes, is that something that you would want? Do you want to see them make more cabaret cabinets? Let me know in the comments. Thanks as always for watching the video. It means the world to me. Like I said, I understand there's a lot of things on YouTube, so anybody that takes the time to click the video and watch, again, it's not something that I take lightly, so I appreciate your time and attention. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next video.